Yo, what's up, bro? So, recently I was thinking a bit about like religion and how as a society it feels like we're moving away from religion. And well, statistically we are cuz there's a lack of people or there's a decline of people who are consider themselves to be religious. There's just a decline in religion in general. And I don't think that's really a good thing because you could probably relate to this a little bit. If you were like religious when you were younger, you probably were more religious when you were younger. You probably went to like church or like the mosque or temple more when you were younger. Maybe this is not true for you, but as I've grown up, I feel like I've grown farther away from like Christianity and God and it just religion in general. And I don't think that's something that it's not a good thing because when I'm thinking about it more now, the moral code of like Christianity or of like most religions in general, like they have some sort of like text, a biblical text or like religious text that have kind of the compass of like the way you should live your life, the way you should like lead your life, and in most of it, like we can agree right now, like it's all good. Like basically all of it is good. Like if you were to live your life 100% based on like these texts, you would live a pretty good life. You would be a pretty good person. Like love your neighbor, just like don't cheat, don't steal, don't kill. Like if you were to live your life exactly that way, then you would actually be like you'd probably be a pretty good person. But as you see like our society moving away from that, from religion, it just seems like we're moving towards degeneracy. And that is kind of what on self-improvement as guys on self-improvement, that's what we are trying to get away from. Like it seems like our society kind of pulled us into that. Like our modern world pulled us into that degeneracy of like whatever it might be, like all this like wasting time and like video games and like casual sex, promiscuity, like and lust. That's the type of stuff that we are moving towards. Like this distraction, this purposeless, like unfulfilling distraction. That's like the degeneracy that we're moving towards as a society. And we've been kind of like pulled in that direction. And as guys on self improvement, we're trying to go in the other way. And I think the other way really is religion, or it's like self improvement that's kind of tied into religion a little bit. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've thought about this before. So many of the things that are like within self improvement that are like our ways of living life, that are like the principles that are ingrained into our brains, a lot of it feels like it's just directly pulled from religion or from like the Bible, from biblical texts. Like we talk about a lot just about like nofap and getting away from lust and how all of this is so bad for you. And so much it feels like it's just the direct moral code of something like the Bible. It's it's something to think about because you see as a society as a whole is just moving away from this. But that probably means we should be moving towards it. I've just it's been hard for me because I haven't been thinking a whole lot about religion for honestly a pretty long time. I haven't like seriously thought about it because I've just genuinely been I feel like drifting away from it. But I think it is actually important even if it's not like spiritually for you to move closer toward it even if it's slow, like morally, the moral code of the Bible. Because or whatever like religious texts, like most of them have a very similar moral code, like the way you live your life. And I would say like probably like 99% of it is like good. It's like a good way to live your life. It's undoubtedly good. You can't argue it. So it makes sense to move towards that. And I feel like there's so many like crossovers and similarities between self-improvement and like religion. Like it just there are things that are pulled from it that we talk about and like say every single or in all these videos that you're watching, like so many people are saying and talking about these things that feel like they're just directly pulled from religion. It's something to think about because we're generally moving away from it. And I think we should definitely be moving towards it. Never stop improving. You'll be grateful for it later.